So now that we have studied if-else blocks, I want to talk a little bit about what kind of conditions you can test inside the if statement or an else if statement. So there are multiple conditional statements, multiple ways of writing a conditional statement, right? And you can write those with the help of these relational operators. What that means is, for example, if you are checking if something is greater than something else, then you use this symbol, which basically means greater than. So if you're comparing two things, then that means basically that something on the right hand. So let's just suppose I have age is a variable which holds the information about the age of a person riding the roller coaster. If I write something like this, right, what it does is it actually compares the left hand side with the right hand side. So if the information stored in the age variable, for example, is 16, what it will check is 16 greater than 18? And so this evaluates to false. So this Boolean expression evaluates to false. But if age variable contains 24, for example, then 24 is greater than 18. This evaluates to true. So this is one example which is comparing using this greater than operator. There are other ways to compare, which could be greater than or equal to, right? So what this says is greater than or equal to. What this means is, for example, again taking the roller coaster example, if the age is greater than or equal to 18 years old, they can ride the roller coaster. So if I say something like this, age is greater than equal to 18. So what that means is, even if somebody who is 18 years old can ride the roller coaster, if somebody is 19 years old can ride the roller coaster, but if someone is 17 years old, they cannot ride the roller coaster because this does not match this criteria or condition. So this is another way of comparing two values. Let's suppose you want to talk about the opposite relation. So instead of greater than, you want a condition where you're comparing left hand side to the right hand side, and you want that to be in a less than. So if, for example, age is less than 6-year-old, they can ride a toddler's roller coaster. So in that case, you will use less than operator, right? What that means is, if you write something like age is less than, let's suppose 10, right? And if the age variable contains 8, so it will substitute it with 8 is less than 10. That turns out to be true. And so the person can ride the toddler roller coaster. But if the age equals 18, then it will replace it with 18, which will be compared with 10. And this turns out to be false, right? 18 is not less than 10. So this turns out to be false, and the person will not be allowed to ride the toddler roller coaster. Now, similarly, there is another one which is called less than equal to. Less than or equal to. So what this does is, for example, again going back to the same example, if age is less than or equal to 10, that means if somebody is 10-year-old, they can also ride a toddler roller coaster, right? So again, going back to the same example, if age is, let's suppose, 8 is less than equal to 10, this will turn out to be true. If somebody is 10-year-old and it's compared, this statement turns out to be true. But if somebody is 11, then this statement evaluates to false. Another relational operator, sometimes you have to compare equals, right? If something is equal to another thing, we use this symbol, equal to. So let's suppose you have a special ride in a theme park where only 10-year-old people can ride. Let's just hypothetically say that, right? So if age equals 10, only then they can ride the roller coaster. So in this case, if age is 8 equals 10, which is false, so they cannot ride the roller coaster. If age is 18 equals 10, this turns out to be false, so they cannot ride the roller coaster. However, if a 10-year-old comes, then this condition matches and it is true, so this person can ride the roller coaster. So this is just an equal operator comparing equality of left hand side to the right hand side. Let's look at the inverse of this, which is not equal to. Not equal to. What that means is if I have this relational operator in my statement, let's just say anyone who is not 10-year-old can ride a roller coaster, right? So in this case, if an 8-year-old comes in and it's compared, true, so this person can ride the roller coaster. If an 18-year-old comes and 18 is not equal to 10, so this statement turns out to be true, so they can ride the roller coaster. And if a 10-year-old comes, this statement turns out to be false, because 10 is not equal to 10 is false, because 10 is indeed equal to 10. So this statement turns out to be false and they will be denied access, right? So this is just another example of using relational operator. To recap, we have greater than relational operator, greater than equal to, less than equal to, and not equal to. Sometimes not equal to is also represented as this. So there is, depending on the programming language, you may encounter this symbol that means not equal to, okay? But in Python, this exclamation mark equal to is used for representing not equal to operator, okay? So these are all the relational operators.